heart bleed tonight if I am sad.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, race fans, welcome alive tonight here at Texas Motor Speedway. And I tell you what, the old say it is, everything's big in Texas. We got some big power, big field, and some big racing about to happen here. iRacing.com for the RSR Racing League. Gonna be a good one here as they grid them up tonight. I tell you what, Corey, they should have some pretty good speed at this track.
Yeah, it's somewhat newer surface out here, and I think it might be a cool day. Yeah, gonna be a nice little cool day out there tonight, and these drivers are gonna get some grip and get up to speed.
No doubt about it. Kind of like how they gridding it out here tonight. And I tell you what, these guys looking good. So, man, up front, you know what that means for our grid. That's the pole winner. Chetfield Graphics pole winner tonight. Curtis Preston out front here. Outstanding job. We know Curtis, he's been fast all season long.
Yeah, Curtis has been fast. He just hasn't been able to close it up at the end of the races, and hopefully tonight one of those races will be a win for him.
Yeah, no doubt. And I tell you what, so sit back, relax, get ready. Gonna be some good racing here. We're looking for lap 40. That's gonna be our first lap for the stage, folks. And after that, it's another 40, so it'll be lap 80. Now, obviously, the last one. We got 3 sets of tires. That's always been a good talking point. I like the tire limits that they implemented because it has made the racing very interesting and the strategy very interesting also.
Yeah, no doubt about that. These drivers, you're going to be looking tires each stage, and then it's all about when you want to use your final set in that last.
There we go. Pulling them off, going to run around the pace car. Appreciate everybody tuning in here live tonight. YouTube here, the OSR Network, and we're on Facebook side, so I always like to say, pick your poison, know which one you want. Getting set, RSR, we're 2 races away before the chase. Will actually be 1 race after tonight. Before the chase starts, you know what that means? We're crowning the champ.
He'll be crowning the regular season champ as well.
Absolutely. And just to give an idea of some of the points right now, Bob Fitzpatrick is... Nobody
Those are
knows
all
Bob. What are they?
They're locked in, guys.
Yep. Locked in already. So Bob, Matt Ottbrock, Michael Shetfield, Matthew Rush, Curtis Preston, Kevin Billion, hope I said that right, GT Isri, Travis Everett, and Randy Cornwell all locked in tonight. So it'll be interesting as pace cars in. Here we go, get set to go. Green flag racing Texas style.
Buggity, 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 boys. Let's go. Cowboy racing. I don't know. That was a terrible joke, boys.
I hear you. Well, we do got a lot of horsepower out here tonight. They already go to single file. Now, you could stay on this track. Kind of reminds me of a Charlotte, so to speak. Yeah, you could go double file for a little bit, but eventually I think they're going to get single file. You'll start seeing some passing here and there. Momentum. It's one of these momentum style tracks. You can lose a lot of positions by just missing a turn, really.
Right now, top 7 or so guys have all decided to keep it single file. At the start of this race, you see Bob Fitzpatrick in the KC Cavenroth right there in about 4th spot, going door to door, just trying to see where their car can land themselves really early on these new tires.
Yes, it is. So far, everybody's looking pretty good. Out front, watching their drive here from the man Ryan Bean. Looking there on the top side hood, looking good. He's around about the 11th place spot.
Yeah, those two are about the first guys going door to door for top 10. You got Kevin and Ryan there going door to door. You got a couple guys up front, Bob and Kevin still going door to door, just for a little moment on that lap.
Yeah, you're going to have little battles here throughout the whole entire field. You got J.R. Miller right there with GT. It looks like a battle for second place now. They're getting a kind of single, kind of double file up front. Tires right now, I'm going to say right now is when you want to try to get all the positions you can, because after a while, them tires are kind of just, even out amongst the field.
Yeah, and with the new track surface, it don't chew through the tires as bad as it used to chew through tires, but you definitely want to run the bottom as much as you can around here. It's just the fastest way around in this particular aero package, particular tire model.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, and then obviously, lap times. We look pretty much everybody 29 seconds, which we always say what that tells us is not going to see anybody yet come through the field. It'll be until you start seeing a bunch of guys doing different pit stop strategies and tire wear and so forth and so on. And when you start seeing anybody come flying through the field, battle's on for around 3rd place. That's Kevin Ruff. Remember, he come through the field last week pretty good.
He's been a strong driver the past couple of weeks. He usually saves his tires and comes up right through the field, like you said. Guys that will save tires will come up through the field a little bit more than the guys that kill their tires.
Absolutely. Got Kevin right there hanging on the 8th. Right behind him, Tony. I'm saying, was it Lude? Lude?
Tony. Ludy.
Ludy. All right. Up in 10th, Ryan Bean still hanging on the 11th place spot behind him. You got Zach and Scott Taylor right there. Scott, what we was talking about with the momentum, you can just see he just already dropped off some paces by just being up high. You lose so many positions here.
Actually, Scott is kind of making some weird moves out there and kind of making it work.
Yes, he is. Up to 13th, though, falling back just a little bit. He's got Nathan right there on his back tailgate. And if he can move on up, Craig Burns, have to keep an eye on him. He's usually up there. Andrew Little right there in the 15th spot. Let's see if he can't move up through the field. He's running a new paint job tonight.
Yeah, he had that paint job last week, the Fago root beer paint.
I don't think it showed up last week for some reason.
I seen it.
Well, we're seeing it tonight. So Fago?
Yeah, Fago.
You paint that?
No, I didn't paint it.
Oh. Mark right there. Woo, way up the track a little bit. On the high sides, you've got Nolan Potter right behind him. Nolan, usually used to seeing him up front, but right now just kind of barred back in traffic. And I tell you, that's the problem. I mean, you got to look way back here in the back. We got 38 cars out here tonight, big field. And guys is going to find it hard. You get marred back there in traffic to try to come through the field tonight.
Yeah, and with everybody real close on lap times, you got to take every spot for granted, and if you can get it, and if you can't, you're just gonna hurt yourself in the long run and be right back there in traffic.
Yes, you are. Bob Fitzpatrick still hanging on the 4th. J.R. Miller. It's a nice Nestle quick machine he's got there. JR sitting up in 4th place spot. Battle for the lead, though. Kevin up there. Well, I'll tell you what, that guy's impressive. He's trying to battle it out with Curtis Preston right now. But you also got Dustin Gonzo right there along with him.
That would be Dustin filling in for Daniel Gonzalez.
Yeah.
That's the name of Dustin here.
Yeah, definitely Daniel out there. I know he's watching, so that's cool. Dustin having a good run for him up in the 3rd. And Kevin, I tell you what, like I said last week, man, Kevin, he brought the thing to the front. Good run for him. Curtis up there right now holding him off.
Dustin Stallings, that's who it is. Filling in for Daniel Gonzalez. Again, Daniel out there, he's brain tumor, and our thoughts are all with him.
Oh, yeah.
Every week.
Battles on for around 7th and 6th place spot right there. You get Travis, Bob. And that's what's going to be the norm here. You're going to see guys, they'll single file, then you'll see them just kind of maybe try to duck underneath and take one position if they can. You're not going to see like them taking multiple style positions or running up through the field there. And again, until you start seeing, different style pit strategies later on. But you'll start seeing them take maybe one by one, trying to, pick them off as the run goes on.
Yeah, as you can see, the high side just is not working for that number 3 of Bob Fitzpatrick there. He's gotten passed by 2 cars already, and looking on number 3 there.
Oh, 3 wide contact.
Or almost contact.
True.
Almost.
That was, they made a little contact with that was actually Kevin. They slammed a little door to door, and Kevin ran up the track there a little bit, so he's able to save that car. That's one thing we talk about, though, these cup cars with the package that they got now. And Corey, you drive a lot of them. I haven't drove as much as you know, most of y'all guys do, but I know with these cars, as what they used to be, they're a lot easier to save when it comes to a spin now.
Yeah, they're definitely way easier than when I first started out on iRacing with the older packages. This new package is way easier to save a car. As you see the 52, he just launched out like a rocket coming out of turn 2 on Bob and Brian there.
Yeah, they were almost 3 wide right there for a minute. You got Bob, Nathan, and Ryan. They're in a mix, and it's just kind of the racing you'll see here at Texas. For a minute, they'll be, you know, single file. Next thing you know, they're all going to be up there, you know, side by side. But it don't last long, you know. That's the thing. I mean, because you lose so much momentum, like you said, going up high on the high side. What's up, David? How you doing?
It used to be a high side track until the repave, and unless we get a virtual tire dragging out there, we ain't gonna see too much high side racing.
Now, maybe if the tires wear out, you might, but it's like you just said, most of it's probably down low. But looks like Dustin's moved it up into second place, but Curtis has stretched that lead out, kind of stretched out for maybe about the top 10. You know, really most of the action's happening back here around about 13, 14 place spot. Scott Taylor and company back there, you know, they're kind of duking it out door to door.
Yeah, Kevin G, it looks like him in the number 9 car, he has killed some tires, and he's about to drop some spots any moment.
Yeah, it is.
Scott Taylor taking underneath of him, he's going to get by easily, and just a gaggle of cars right behind them.
All right. Good runs here by all these guys. Appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Got some good racing on board here. And oh, car almost around.
I think they will complete that car around there.
That might bring us under caution here, so check it out. Yep.
Yeah.
Like Brock Potter. Back on the replay here, let the viewers see. Saw it in the rear view, but I kind of, you know, corner of my eye there was watching in front of it a little bit. I think he just barely got tagged. The Nolan Botter?
Yeah, Nolan, Tony just came straight down, whether his spotter didn't say car inside or he could not see him. He just came straight down from the middle of the track to the bottom and door with Nolan.
Find Nolan out here to look and see, so. No, Brock got a little bit of it though. Right there's Nolan. Back on replay there on Nolan's part. See it again. Now you got some close quarter racing that can happen here, so. They were battling pretty hard right there in front of him. You can see it looks like he just ran up on him. Over on the inside there. And they just got together. And well, I'll tell you what, he saved it though. Good save.
Yeah, they all saved it. They just, I think the one that came out with most damage was Brock Potter.
Yeah, he had tried to slow up, but then obviously, you know, the other machine there, right there in front of him, and tagged him in the back. But puts us under caution here tonight. They're or Central caution. Nissan. Look for a Nissan. Look for a car truck. Check them out. What's that?
Out there in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, yeah.
This track is about the closest you'll ever get to Oklahoma racing in NASCAR.
And there ain't no tracks out there, are there?
No, there ain't. Yeah, there ain't a NASCAR track in Oklahoma. It's one of those weird states where they don't have one.
Let's look at the team standings too. We got SJR Racing ahead right now. Dumbledorks Motorsports. I always get a kick out of that name. They're up there in second place. You got Clutch Motorsports hanging on the third. Jetsman Racing the fourth. Flyboy Racing sixth. Zabs Motorsports right there behind them. Ray-Ban Racing and then Humi Motorsports. And you know, it's interesting right now because SJR, they got 166 points to the Dumbledorks 781. And driver-wise, they've got 4 drivers on SJR as opposed to 5 on the other ones. So, kind of interesting.
If you finish good, that's what will happen. You're gonna get more points.
Yeah, you got to finish, man. I mean, that's the thing. When you talk about championships, I mean, even with the chase and all that stuff, you still. I mean, we've actually seen it in a chase. Consistency still, to me, wins championships. Nice to win races all the time. I mean, you can win every race. Obviously, you can win championships, but it's just not going to happen. But consistency is what it's all about. And like you just said, you got to finish those races. It just shows. I mean, more consistent finishes going to get you up there.
Okay, here's an interesting call out here. You got Randy. Well, it looked like
Randy Cornwell
stayed out under this yellow.
Well, most of everybody behind him, I don't know if they took tires or not because all of them have 7-second pit stops, so they either took fuel or 2 tires. So it might not be too bad, but yet again, can he make it 40 laps to the stage?
They got 50% fuel load, and I tell you the truth, I haven't driven New Texas with these cars, and I wouldn't know fuel mileage races saved my life around here, so that might be a good call. It might be a bad call. We only got about 14 laps to the stage end. Maybe he's got 14 laps sitting in that tank.
Well, and the only reason I wouldn't say it'd be a bad one is if nobody behind him, and it looks like nobody behind him took tires. Now, if obviously everybody behind him took tires, he'd be pretty much just a sitting duck. But the only disadvantage I see is now is, does he have enough fuel to make it to the stage? I'm gonna say he does. But then again, we don't know.
These drivers have confused us a few times this year already.
Well, here we go. Pace car out of turn 4. Going to take that hard left turn off on pit road and let these guys go to work. We'll see what old Randy's got for him up front. Been all Curtis Preston right now. Pace car ducks off. We're going green flag here at Texas.
There we go. Green flag right back out for the RSR Racing at Texas. Randy, he got a whale of a restart there. No tire spin. Curtis maybe had a little bit of tire spin though, and that's gonna allow the 21 and Dustin Stallings to get side by side.
And this is exactly what Rusty wants to, or Randy wants to see in his back rear view mirror. There's those guys battling door to door because it's going to help him out. But here comes the Dustin in that machine. He's pulling up on the leader and is going to go for the lead.
Yeah, he's going to be right on the back bumper coming to the line. And they're almost 3 wide right behind Randy for that second place.
I'm telling you, man, all he's going to have to do is just get that nose down on the inside. Dustin does. Man, look at this. Gaggle Machines battle for the lead. Curtis Preston's trying to push for everything he can, and Curtis almost had to run it up under the wall.
Yeah, he got real tight on the back bumper of Randy, and when he shoved him, it just made that car arrow push, and you seen it. Curtis went from about 3rd all the way back to around the 8th spot.
Absolutely, and here comes GT. He's up to 2nd right now. Travis right there along with him in 3rd. Randy falling all the way back to 4th place. Curtis is in a mix here He's gonna try to, get everything, man, squared away, calm back down, see if he can't climb himself back up to the front here. He's back at 7th place spot. Got Kevin right there along with him, and Ryan, as he'll see if he can pick them off one by one.
You see GT, he's now up to the back bumper of the leader of Dustin there in that Busch beer car.
Yeah, nice little paint job there on GT's side. I like that. Curtis is already moving up here. He's up in the 6th. Kevin right there behind him. Nathan hanging on to 7. Kevin's falling off pace just a little bit.
Whoa, we were almost killing it. Hey, there's a spin. Turn 1. Tiny Ludi. Again. And Potter. And Nasser. And Mark. Okay, that was not Tiny Ludi. That was Mark Andre back there. They were killing each other for 20th.
Let's go back and watch it one more time here. The everybody likes Rex viewer wise. Let's see what happens. Got Mark right there up underneath. Actually up high right now. And he tries to go down. Oh, a car in front of him, the 54 got into the wall, bounced down. Mark had nowhere to go from there, and then Nolan Potter just got hit from behind trying to slow down. Kind of a chain reaction from there. Nothing you could do.
Yeah, that was a half big one there.
This is under our Ore Central caution. Still not close to the stage though. Now, we were talking about fuel wise. This will definitely help out Randy. Fuel.
Yeah, he wasn't going to make it. He would have came down this time and picked up some fuel in that car.
Mm-hmm. All right. Got here. Who's y'all's favorite drivers out there? Let us know.
Good bit of the cars from the back coming down pit road for a pit stop. You're gonna have to see if any of the ones that don't have damage are gonna take any tires or not. One of those being Ryan Ezel in the 88 Chevrolet. That might play into a strategy here where we're gonna have about 6 laps left to the stage when we go back green. So if you are at the back, you can make it about 45 laps or so on feel.
Right.
And then get your tires already, and you then will have about 5 laps difference of tires. And to tell you the truth, Jeff, I don't think 5 laps of tire difference is too big for Texas.
It shouldn't be. I've been fooled before, but I'm gonna go along with it. It shouldn't be.
It's been brought to my attention that Daniel Gonzalez is out there in the number 30 car. That Fall Guy's car.
Oh, okay.
That's
Where's he at? You Gonzalez?
13th right now. That's a beautiful looking Fall Guy's car. I don't think anybody particular made it that we know, but beautiful looking car.
Fall Guys Ultimate. Ain't that game that everybody plays or something?
It's one of those newer games. It's like parkour and
Yeah, I saw it. Right, it's got
jump
that
around.
little cartoon jump around thing. Yeah.
I played it a couple of times, mainly because it was free on the PlayStation.
Yeah, I ain't played it. I mean, I watched some people play it, but Yeah, it's colorful.
It's colorful.
I'll give him that. It's a colorful car. Easy to see. Gonna be an interesting race here to the first stage. Who's gonna pick that one up here? As I'll be looking for lap 40. Here you go. It's off.
Yeah, this will put us right at that 5 laps to go to the end of the stage window, and we're getting close to that playoffs. And you gotta look, you're locked into the playoffs. You want a playoff point. You're not locked into the playoffs. You want as many stage points as you can get and a playoff point still.
Oh yeah. There you go. Well, out front so far, you know, Dustin is looking good. You've got GT right there behind him. Travis up in the 3rd. Randy Cornwell there in 4th. Ryan Bean up in the 5th. So everybody's going to double file it all the way back here. Remember old Curtis Preston kind of got hung up there a little bit. He's back in the 6th though, so he's got a little time to get back up front. Let's see how much he pressures this thing to see if he can't get up there.
Yeah, Curtis, after that little mistake, he fell back to 8th and was only able to get back up to 6th before the yellow flew, and got a couple of guys pass here. Fast guys. That. We see him. Green flag is right back out. Texas Motor Speedway for the RSR Racing League.
There you go. Up front. Dustin gets a good jump on him. He likes what he sees in his rear view there. Ryan Bean's going to see if he can't dive it on the inside. See if he can't make up some spots. You got Randy Cornwell there. GT's falling back a little bit on the high side, but he's got Randy there tucked up underneath him. Behind him, Curtis, Nathan, and Bob.
And honestly, I think getting out too early like that might hurt, as you can get a good draft on somebody being second car in line and slingshot on by, as you see Travis Everett on the high side for the lead, going down in turn number 1 and 2.
He's going to see if he can't get it on the high side. We'll see if the inside prevails. He's got help from Ryan and GT. GT says, well, I'm going to try the high side and see, but good battle for the lead so far.
Yeah, that was a smart move by Travis. Almost made it work, and he's going to struggle off of turn number 4 where you can't really get the high side momentum that you'd like. But he's just going to stay right there.
And the man that helps out is Curtis Preston. Here he comes back to the front.
Yeah, here comes Curtis. He's back up to the top 5. He's within range. Still got 2 to go to the end of stage number 1.
And right now, Dustin's doing everything he can to see if he can hold on to that one, as Ryan's right there tucked up on his back end, single file. Curtis back here in the 5th place spot. All 5 of these guys have got a shot here to win this stage, as the top 5 are just nose to tail right now.
Yeah, they're all nose to tail trying to get as much draft, and we're almost about to take her 3 wide for 2nd place, 1st place, and 3rd place.
The problem I'm seeing right now, you got a lot of jockeying up front here for position. The thing about it is, as close as they are and as much weaving as they're doing, it won't take but one little slip up. You can catch somebody's rear bumper there. So we'll have to see. But these guys are battling like it's the last lap coming up here on the here for the stage. That man Dustin, he wants it, but boy, Ryan's trying everything he can to get around him.
Yeah, we're coming real close to this stage caution. Should see it fly any moment after these guys take the cars across the line.
Yes, it is. Should be, man. Dustin right there. Top 10 get bonus points. Remember, out of this, they've got to complete lap 40. So if they come around with lap 40, he's got to complete it. Dustin's going to have 2 more turns to hold off Ryan and to get it done. But Ryan's trying everything he can.
Yeah, I don't think Ryan's going to have enough speed. He just could not get on the bottom of Dustin, and Dustin's going to come around here. But here's the battle for a second before we toss the yellow flag. Not enough time for Travis to take away second place.
Dustin's going to win stage 1 here tonight. Run a caution for our stage or central caution right there, folks. And I tell you, it's what a run that was. And I mean, those guys were up there just one little slip, and definitely it could have been a disaster waiting to happen up front.
One little slip, and Dustin wouldn't have gotten that. One little slip and got to your inside, and you may not have won that stage.
Well, I tell you, what a good run by all these guys.
Yeah, real good run by all. There's 36 of them out there, 35. All 35 of these drivers. And for the most part, everybody is on the lead lap. Now, here, I think Randy Cornwell had to shoot her into pit road right before that stage end, and he was one of the few that never pitted for fuel under one of those earlier cautions. So that kind of tells me that you need at least 3 cautions within a 40 lap run to make it.
Yeah, and I think some of those cautions really helped, like Randy, who made it there. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I just think he misjudged and ran one lap too short.
Yep. Good run tonight, man, all these guys out here.
Yeah. Only one driver taking a DNF, and that would be 17 of Kevin Zabludil. I don't even think he started the lap.
Interesting pit strategies. We got Ryan, who took the top 3 here so far. Ryan took tires, 4 tires. Michael had a long pit stop, 25 seconds. And Andrew had a long pit stop of 40 seconds. Wow. But Travis, GT, and Curtis, they didn't take tires. 6-second pit stops. Huh? Wow.
Well, Ryan, he came down with that 5 to go to the stage in caution. I think that's when
the top 3, they came in at 31, 32, and 30. 31, 32, and 31 lap. But Travis, GT, and Curtis, interesting pit strategy there. 6-second pit stops. That means they took no tires.
Yeah.
And I don't think they took tires on the last stop. Can't remember.
I don't think they did. Even if they did, they didn't come in last caution. That's for sure. But they took tires. That's
because they did come in. Yeah, because they've only had 2 pit stops so far. I can see they've all had 2 pit stops so far. So, but they're not the only ones that took that strategy. David Edwards, Ryan Bean, Michael Sheffield, Drew Hatcher. So several other ones doing either a 2 or no tire with 6 seconds. We know it's obviously no tires. I mean, that one is strange there. I can't remember if they came and got tires on the last caution or not. They came in twice, so they could have got tires on that last caution. I can't remember.
I think some of those didn't come in the last caution. They came in on the lap 20 caution. So even if they took tires in, they're on a 20 lap old tire. And that may hurt some of them.
We'll see how it pans out for him. I mean, we've always said interesting pit strategies. So we're about to see his lights off.
Yeah. Ryan Hessel, guy out front, picking up a couple of laps led, getting a bonus point for doing that. There you have it. Ryan Ezel, he got a whale of a jump at restart, and Michael Martino real loose almost.
Well, he's one of those that, well, I mean, he was out there. Remember, he was on the older set of tires.
Just 5 lap over. Oh, he made contact with the wall when they dropped
10
the
lap
green.
over. He got 10 laps over.
Yeah, he made contact with that wall when they dropped the green. Bounced around like a ping pong ball.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say GT probably had to take some tires earlier because boy, he's coming through the field fast.
Yeah, he had to have. I mean, that's the only way. He had to have taken tires earlier than the rest of these. And like I said earlier, it's a cool track like it is right now. And right now the sun's behind the cloud and not beating down on the track. Track is only 87 degrees. It ain't gonna wear through the tires as much.
Well, here's what's gonna be interesting here too, Corey. You got Dustin right there behind him. Dustin did take 4 tires on that stage caution. So let's just see here, because you can already see the benefit, I think, between the older and the new. Because you can see Dustin is probably gonna make quick work of him. So the tires will benefit in the long run, I think. But you can see here comes Ryan. Obviously, he's got newer tires. GT's able to hold on. I think if it's at the end of the race, a move like what GT did, it probably will pay off. Maybe it's an experiment. Now's the time to do it and see what the car will handle. But you can already see the guys who took 4 tires, and we got a wreck in the back of the big one.
It's a couple cars. There is a good wreck back there.
Saw it in the rear view back there. Let's go back on. Adam. He was just caught up in the middle of it here, so we're going to watch it right quick.
Mr. Craig Burns just going into turn 2. Had checked up for Harold Watkins and Scott Taylor nowhere to go, and tagged Craig and
Adam, boom.
Justin Marlarkey and Adam Buzzio.
Now Adam's got a modified now.
And these drivers, they don't have any fast repairs. They took that away from these drivers.
I like that. Calm them down a little bit.
What? You junk your car, you junk your car.
Well, that's, it's real racing. I mean, you got the tire, get the tire limits and stuff, and it's a double-edged sword. It's always a topic in iRacing. Some guys are like, well, fast repair, help because you don't, if guys get out here and tear up cars, you want to have cars left at the end of the race. But then on the flip side of it, if you don't have one, then that means you're going to be a little more cautious on where you put your car, so there you go.
Yeah, good example. I was in a Daytona race and we all had one fast repair, and I used the fast repair on the other guys, so I didn't have to use mine. AKA, that means I caused a little junkyard without damaging my own car.
There you.
Sometimes you just got to take advantage of the fast repair, and cause a junkyard, cause people need to take a fast repair, and then they don't have a fast repair, and you can go kill your car and be all right.
That just means I'd kill yours twice. That's all.
Yeah, I'd kill you twice too.
I mean, you know, no big deal.
No, they're doing a demolition derby if we were on
Yeah,
the track.
yeah, that's what it ended up being. But that's the old, you know, like I say, conversation between it. You know, you different side. I prefer the no fast fix because I think it brings more realism to it. I like the tire limit. I also like, you know, the incident limit too. To me, that keeps these guys, you know, in check a little bit. Some drivers don't like it, but I've seen it actually in some leagues. Guys get out there and are very aggressive, beating and banging on each other, which, you know, I like a little rubbing and racing too, but over excessiveness, you know, whatever is bad. But I've seen some leagues implement the incident limit, and they put it at like 12 or 13. Drivers are like, oh, that's too low. All right. But it calmed them down, I tell you. And the racing was good afterwards.
Yeah. This series, they don't have the incident limit.
No.
I've seen good racing with an incident limit, and you got to do it on a track by track basis. Like Texas here, if you get a 12X, by the time you get to a 12X, your car is more than likely going to be.
Yeah.
But if
You're over driving something on a track like here with a 12, 13X. I mean, now obviously, which now, even on a Bristol, I've done 15 times. So, I mean, it can be done even on Bristol. And really, I'll be honest with you, on some tracks like that, it pays to have a lower one because it really does calm those guys down on short tracks a lot, where they don't get out there and just try to run through guys every corner.
yeah, it really saved some people in NIS the other night. Running Bristol, I had a 14X, and if I didn't have a 14X, we were going to kill some people for a win.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So you got like, you know, it works both ways, and you know, some people like it, some people don't. But either way, I mean, I do like that the no incident limit here with the tire limit really is something that I've enjoyed because it's brought on, and we've already just seen it here. You know, the first of the race pretty much was typical how we've seen races. It'd been hard to pass, hard to come through, but now with the tire limit, everybody's on different tire strategies. So now it mixes it up. You'll see guys coming through the field, you'll see guys dropping off, but then it kind of flips throughout the race because eventually they're going to have better tires. So it makes for more of a strategy style race.
It definitely does make it a strategy race. Now the suns came out, and this is going to make the track a little bit more slicker, and it may just benefit some of those guys that came in for tires or came in for fuel and have a fresher tire, because on the track, you want more grip.
Green flag. Well, I'll tell you what, Ryan gets a good jump out front over Dustin, and that's what he wants. We've seen everybody tonight. Obviously, the leader has that advantage to go. And we were talking about that earlier. Remember, Ryan, now he is still yet to come in and make a pit stop. He didn't come in on that last one. He's been since lap 31 before he made any pit stop. 42s when everybody else. But you're seeing Ryan Bean right now is going to see if we can run down on Ryan Easel up front.
Yeah,
Is
Ryan.
it Easel or Ezel?
It's,
Right.
I think it's Ezel. I'm pretty sure it's Ezel.
I never really have asked him. I know he runs the league. How's that? That's a shame.
Yeah. Ooh, Ryan.
Good guy though, man. Good guy though, man. I gotta get in there.
He went a little bit too high down in turn 1 and 2, and he went from the lead to he's dropping like a rock. He's gonna be scored in
6
at the line.
Yeah, I got caught up there on the high side there a little bit and dropped it all the way down. Look, you can see that car already pushing real tight up the track. just not the handle he wants. You got to go way back here to where GT is, side by side around 11th place spot. So GT's trying to make his way up there, working over Andrew Little, Kevin back there. Got Curtis Preston in that mix. So you got some heavy hitters back there.
You know, a lot of heavy hitters marred back in traffic. I think some of them had fresh rubber that they just put on. Or at least feeling now they know they can make it to the end of the second stage, and they're just pushing.
Riding here with Chad. He's back in the 15th place spot. Looking at what he's got, Drew Hatcher right there behind him. Got Curtis right there along with him. Those guys are all just kind of jockeying for position. That's around about the 14th, 15th place spot on backs. Again, I mean, you've still got top name guys. I mean, you know, Matt Oppbrock way back in 27th just has not been able to move his way to the front tonight. Got just way back Craig Burns, who started up front, been back in the back there too. You know, so tough night for some guys.
Yeah, tough night for especially Scott Taylor. He started 12th and he's out running 30th right now. And obviously mentioned Oppbrock. He's a name we see up front on a regular basis, and he's just back there in the back 40.
Yeah. Sometimes, man, you get on a track, you think, oh yeah, that's my best track, and it just proves you a little bit wrong. I mean, I always liked Texas because I kind of associated a little bit with Charlotte. You know, there's similarities there on how you run this track. To me, Charlotte, though, is a little bit tighter coming off the turns than what Texas is. Texas is kind of a little more of a looser feeling. I haven't run the new, smoother, new paved Texas in a while, but I remember coming off turn 2 on Texas a lot. Had to be very careful, or that wall would snap out. But here, like on turn 4, the biggest difference, like in Charlotte, you know this. Coming off turn 4 Charlotte, that thing can push up. You got to really hit it just right, or it'll push you right in the wall. Here, it seemed to kind of just, you can make it out of turn 4 a little bit better.
Yeah, Charlotte, turn 4 is a little bit more banked and it can push you and a little bit thinner of a corner. And here, it's just, you got 6 lanes to move your car around. And you get smooth corner exit as we get a caution here.
Looks like Drew Hatcher. Oh yeah, he's in the wall. Let's back on the replay, see what happened. Drew back there running by himself right now, so let's watch this replay. Everybody likes to see Rex. We like to see him. I don't think the drivers like to be in them.
I think we had a little racing incident there. You had Caleb Killow and Drew Hatcher caught up to the 27
Pretty wide
mark, and they shoved it 3 wide. They made some contact, and unfortunate for a 64 there. I think the hardest hit. He went up in the air.
Ouch.
Him and Drew, they both went up in the air and spun like a top. And
It looks like the one machine's done for the night there, Drew. That thing's smoking like a weed eater. So was the other machine that got involved, Caleb. Wow, put the sun of caution here for the Ore Central. Nissan, like we always say, check them out there in Oklahoma. Looking for a car, truck. They got Ore Central. Nissan. They'll get you hooked up. Go out there and get you one there, Corey.
Probably not, Jeff. I don't like Nissan.
I like the trucks. I like the look of the trucks. The trucks do look nice. I mean, I'm a Ford truck guy, but Nissan Titan does look good. And what is that? The Maxima? Maxima. I think that's what it is. Maxima? Maxima?
I don't know. The only Nissan I like.
I think it is. Nissan Maxima. My wife likes the Nissan Maxima. I like the Maxima or the Ultima. The Ultima, ain't it? The Ultima.
They all look the same.
Yeah, basically, yeah, they're about the same car. You're right.
The only Nissan I've ever liked is the Nissan Skyline. So
Yeah.
there you go.
300Z back in the days. That was a very popular car. I know they got a newer 300 now, but either way, under caution, or Central right there. Check them out.
Now, if you look at the fence here, Joe, you can see down the front stretch, they got these pretty cool caution lights.
I see that. And a cool effect. I like that.
I think all tracks ought to have lights on the fence like that for a caution light.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I need to turn half the fans off too, make it more realistic. What do you think?
I think we ought to do it.
We're in the COVID era. That's what it is. We got a full grandstand of fans out there. That ain't right. They ain't social distancing. Ain't wearing a mask. Ain't wearing a mask either. Shame on them.
When the pandemic hit, I turned mine off, and then I turned mine to low, and they started letting people back in. So we got some realistic out here.
Ah, I hear you. Hey. All right, Ryan Bean, man out front. Dustin Gonzalez there in second. Nathan Campbell in third. Kevin Ruff up in the fourth, and Zach hanging on the fifth.
Yeah.
Been a good one so far.
Kevin Ruff, one of the early front runners, he's back up to the front. And he's always good on these tracks that are weird setup.
Yeah, like I said, it's been a while since I've drove the Texas track, you know. When's the last time you drove it?
Back before the repave.
Oh, okay. You haven't drove it since it's been new?
Really, not in the... no, I don't even think I've driven anything. ARCA car, maybe, when we were doing testing with the damage model and that.
Right.
Other than that, I haven't really ran the new Texas.
I can't wait till they put the damage model on these cars. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, they had it, and they took it off because some bumpers were starting to drag more than they probably ought to be.
Yeah, it was funny with some of the, I know we're about to get to the agreement, but it was funny with some of the ARCA cars. They would go out there and tear the whole front end off of it, the hood be flying up, the next thing you know, the next lap, the car would be put back together. I'm going, well, that's the baddest pit crew in the world right there. Car goes from demolished to perfect.
Wish I had a pit crew like that.
You ain't lying. I mean, the boys just snapped their fingers. Doop, and we're good to go. Going back green, though.
Dustin here, he's laying back on the pace car, maybe playing a little trick here on these drivers to get a huge jump. He's gonna spin the tires, and Ryan Bean, he's gonna take advantage of it, and he's gone. That's the first time we've seen second place get the advantage over the leader.
Ryan wasn't the leader?
No, it was Dustin in the lead before went green.
Now, I might have to, I don't know, maybe you know, because I hadn't really read the rule book. There's no rule on passing the leader before the start-finish line, is there?
Yeah, as long as they drop the green flag, it's all legal.
Yeah, well, I mean, but sometimes, well, even in NASCAR, you can't pass a leader, can you? I mean, I don't know. It all depends on league to league.
I don't think there's a rule like that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the league makes those rules. I haven't really read the rule book, so I really don't know. I've been in some leagues to where, yeah, so, hey, either way, good jump, but problem is, Dustin, he made short work, was able to get back around him.
Yeah, for Ryan just didn't last too long for him, and he got passed up by Dustin and Nate.
I like that bumper on the back there, Cav, and a good shot here riding with Zach. There's a racing for Daniel. I like that.
Speaking of Daniel, he's out. He's running in top 10 right now. Good old Daniel Gonzalez. He's top 10.
Yeah.
Good little battle between him and Bob Fitzpatrick, too.
Got his fall guy machine out there. Behind him, though, look at this battle going on. Anthony Young, Randy, and all them. Curtis Preston. They got a good pack of machines back there.
I was about to say, yeah, they're going 3 wide there for top 12 position. You can see them. They're all gaggle cars.
Brock Potter moving back up to 18th. Remember, he was caught up in an incident early on. That's the Hootermobile. And you got Kevin. Yeah, somebody smacked the Hootermobile tonight.
Now what he needs to change that car number color, because that's a default font with default iRacing color for your number.
Hey,
There's a lot on that.
Couldn't tell you. That's your department.
Well, I honestly don't care what he does. It looks good. It's a Hooters car.
Yeah, it does. A throwback there, man. Alan Quickie days and so forth, but still good side-by-side battle back there with Chad, Brock, Matt, and them. Remember we talked about old Matt Brock. He's still back there in 20th, just not been able to get out of that top 20 yet.
Yeah, he's usually up front battling for wins, and he's just been struggling tonight. It ain't like his car has any damage, maybe a little bit of a dent on the front. I can't really tell, but he's just not been able to compete tonight.
Just shows you how hard it is to pass here.
Yes, real hard to pass here, and tires don't wear as good as you'd think, so you can't play too good of a tire strategy game. As you see, ooh, that 15 of David Edwards, he was pushing like a pig. Almost cleared out Matt Altbrock as he went by.
No, it's a good battle going on right back there. I mean, you got multiple battles happening. See Matt trying to move up underneath him to take it. He's moved up to 16th now, so he's trying to pick them off one by one. Up in front of them, you got Matthew Rush right there along with Curtis. They're having a good little battle between them.
Yeah, Curtis, earlier, he pushed up the track and fell back and then pitted a little bit ago and making his way back through the traffic. Randy Cornwell about doing the same thing after misjudging fuel strategy in stage 1 and going a lap down. He's all the way back up to the 11th spot.
Well, speaking of stage, we've got about 4 laps to go here to stage 2 tonight, and they're mixing it up front a little bit. Still got Dustin out front, Kevin right there. Oh, if Dustin makes one little wrong move, Kevin's going to be there to run through the door.
Yeah, Kevin, one of the very few Toyota Camrys out there, and if Dustin makes a hair of a mistake, he's gonna be right there to pounce. As you can see, Kevin, he's gonna look on the inside, going down the back stretch and into turn number 3. He's gonna get to the inside of Dustin.
See if we can't make that pass, if the car will stick down low. We've seen down low work tonight, and he's gonna make that pass.
2 leader, Kevin Ruff.
Yeah, he's going to clear him going in his turn. That's going to open the door up there for Ryan, unless Dustin's able to get down low, but he's still going to hang up to the top side. You can see the run he got off 2.
Yeah, he got a whale of a run right there off the high side out of turn number 2. I just don't think he can do the same down in 4. They're going to be real door-to-door coming off turn number 4 and door to door, bumper to bumper, coming to the line for lap 79. We're looking at lap 80 for a stage in, lap 80 to kick over to lap 81. That's when we'll see our stage in. So these guys are really going at it.
And there, Dustin's able to fall back in line, and just, you know, that's what the old cabin's going to do. He's going to protect that inside lane because he knows that's what Dustin needs. The outside's just not enough right now. Coming along here, we're going to 1 to go to our next stage.
Yeah, this is the last shot to try to get you some stage points, maximum stage points. He's almost going to put the bumper to Cabin. Almost. Didn't get there. Cavin's going to have a nice little gap going down the back stretch of turn number 3. I think he's going to hold it for a stage win.
Yes, he is. Cabin coming out of 4, going to win the stage. Battle's actually for about 3rd place as Ryan's got it, and he's going to keep it.
Yep.
Come across the line.
Right at the line over Zach Schreitnell for the 3rd place finish in stage number 2.
But the man right there who hangs on, Randy Cornwell, is going to hang on to 10th, but Cabin Ruff going to win stage 2 here tonight.
And Daniel Gonzalez, he picked up some major points in that stage.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of your drivers that are right there on the bubble spot. He's only 7 points ahead of Scott Taylor. He needs as many points as he possibly can get. And finishing 7th, that'll get you 4 points.
Good run by all this as we're under cost for stage 2 here tonight. Good one.
Yeah,
has been here in Texas. Well, now it's for all the marbles. See who can pull this thing off.
Yeah, I think we may be going to dark time any moment. I can't ever tell. When does it get dark here at Texas?
They're on what? Central?
I couldn't tell you.
I think they are. I think they're about in an hour or 2 behind us.
I don't think they're going to get too dark. I just think it's sun behind the cloud. They ought to still turn the lights on now. I can't see you out there if you got a black car. We turn the lights on, Texas. Speaking of Texas, the real life, got the All-Star race going on in real life at Texas next year.
Yeah. That'll be interesting to see. Some like it, some don't. You know.
Yeah, and then they added Circuit of the Americas.
Yeah. They adding all these road course right. I'm not. Now, again, some people love them. So if you like it, great. I'm not a big fan of all the road courses. I mean, most notably, obviously, back in the day, you had Riverside and obviously Watkins Glen. And now, it turned to Sonoma and Watkins Glen. But now we've got, those two plus Charlotte. Now we got Daytona. Now
Indy and
then
Circuit of America.
Yeah.
Road Americas.
It's just
Canadian America.
Are we going to be? Oh, in NASCAR racing, or are we going to go GTE style racing? I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, what's up, Steve? How you doing out there?
Yeah, I mean, I guess new track is new track, so.
Well, I get it. It's you've got to go with the marketing side of things, and hey, and all that.
Well, I think they're trying to get back to short tracks and road courses. The Yavi Scott Auto Club, they're renovating from a big old 2 mile down to that half-mile bull ring. I still say we ought to get a couple of 3/8 miles in NASCAR and a couple of quarter mile in NASCAR. Really put the work on a driver.
It definitely would be different, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Steve out there saying, let's go Craig Burns. Mr. Craig Burns is marred back in 32nd. His car ain't looking too pretty. A rear bumper ripped off over there.
Yeah.
Interesting though, Justin Malarkey is in the lead.
Yeah, let's see if he made a pit stop out here. Yeah. Well, no, he made his pit stop back in lap 64.
Okay,
He's taking
so
a chance. He's taking
a risk. Maybe going for a short pit here in the final stage and play a little bit of strategy if we go green.
And Bob, who was up there too, pitted in lap. He did pit on lap 82, but he only had 8-second stop, so he either took 2 tires just fuel. Well, let's see if it pays off for him up here. Got Dustin and Kevin obviously took tires. So that puts them on their second set. Keeping up on it, it should just be 1 set to go for them.
Yeah, everybody theoretically, if they played the cards right, they all should have 1 set of tires left. And being a 60 lap run to the end, I would do a 30-30 pit stop. 30 laps, 30 laps.
There you go.
Green flag is back out. Final stage, RSR Racing League here at Texas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, and you can already see, newer tires, older tires. 12's going to dive on the inside of Kevin right there. He's going to see if he can't come to the front. He's got those new tires, and I think he'll make short work of the leader here.
Yeah, really gonna make short work of those top 2 that stayed out. And that goes to show you 20 lap difference of tires. You're just gonna shoot out like a rocket.
Oh, yeah. He's got Dustin right there, right behind him. Bob's right up underneath him. Ryan Beans trying to see if he can't move it up there. It's the top 3. Dustin's been the man all night long. Kevin, though, back out front for the moment.
Kevin, real strong tonight. He's been up there now. He's leading the race. He's in control of where he wants people to run.
Tell you what, let's go back here around about 13, 14 spot. They are mixing it up huge back here.
Yeah, they are really mixing her up for the top 14 or about. They're all door to dirt. 3 wide. You got Malarkey with older tires. You got almost 4 wide. We're looking almost 4 wide there for 15. 3 wide. Brock Potter through the middle. He's gonna get by. He
Man.
Wow.
Threaded the needle in the middle there and was able to hold on. That thing got awful wiggly on him, but he was able to hold on to it. But good move by him.
Yeah, that was a little scary for Hare. He just made that work. Here comes Nolan Potter too, trying to do the same thing as Brock. Just threading needles.
Some good racing back there in the back. So still Dustin taking over the lead with Ryan right there. Kevin falling back to 3rd. Zach's going to see if he can't move up. As Nathan Campbell's there along in 5th. New leader, Dustin. Well, he's been out front most of the night.
Now look at this battle for top 10. 3 wide. J.R. Miller and Randy Cornwell and GT and slow car Bob there, the Bob with older tires, and they're all pushing each other around. Aero push is a real thing here in NASCAR tonight.
Yeah, it is. Well, that was a good one. Like you said, 3 wide. Kind of threaded right there. Randy Cornwell, he's back there in the 12th. Bob's up there in the 11th. Travis hanging on to 10. GT's moving up, though. He's on battle there with JR. JR pulled down, tried to block. JR held on to it, though. What a save.
Wow, that was a save. And he's barely going to lose teammate spot.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, that is a product of trying to block at the wrong place at the wrong time. GT had to run up underneath him there. JR might not have seen him, his spotter might not have told him in time, and he just went down, and GT caught the back, but a good save by JR Miller. Wow.
I've seen that live in our eyes.
So we'll get down here to the final closing laps here tonight. I tell you, I hope everybody's enjoyed it here at the RSR Racing League, here at Texas Motor Speedway. Get that like and a share out there. How everything is so far. Been a good one though. Right now it's all Dustin out front. He's been the man in control most of the night.
Yeah, it's been Dustin and Kevin and Bean out front all night long, and that's who's all top 3 right now. You got Zach Scheinel and Nathan Campbell. They've been lurking all race, and is that in the black car? Is that
Curtis.
Mr. Curtis Preston? He's catching them.
And like I said, I was about to say, don't count him out. He got marred back in traffic earlier, but he's been able to put himself in a position. He's up there 6th, and he is catching them. Like you said, that draft plays a factor here, so he'll be able to get up there on the back tailgate there. Nathan, shortly now, I don't know if he'll be able to, do any passing, and probably the smartest thing is maybe sit there and ride, see what these guys do in front of him.
Yeah, and well, we ain't that close, but we're getting close to maybe strategy plays for green flag pit stops, possibly within, I'd say, anywhere 15 or so laps.
Well, from what I'm looking here, Daniel Gonzalez pitted on lap 50. Yeah, that was his last pit stop, and he's still out there running. Oh, Curtis put the bumper to the back of Nathan, but a good job by Curtis, not just running right through him and letting off and letting him get that car gathered back up, but it just shows the closing rate sometimes right there. A little bit of bump on the back end, but going back to what you were saying with the pit strategies, a lot of these guys pitted in lap 82. I'm thinking probably maybe around lap. You don't want to wait too long, because if it's a green flag stop, and I know it's going to split the field up. And you want to have enough time to, get back up front and obviously have a shot to win. I'm going to say lap 110.
Yeah.
At least, around that time, around that area.
Somewhere within that range, around 110. Now, we don't know, but we kind of know. You can almost make it 40 laps on tank with a couple of cautions. So you kind of probably need to go within 35 laps to go.
110 would, a lot of these guys at lap 110 would put them well within 30 laps of going.
Yeah.
And the reason I say 110 is that still would give you 30 laps to the end, like you said. Because if it does go green, and then there again, we've always said green, sometimes caution will fly. If caution flies, throws everything out the book. But if it goes green, that the green flag stops will split everybody up. So it benefits the leaders and those top guys up there like Dustin Ryan. If they pit, let's say, a lap ahead of them or a lap behind, as close as these times are, I mean, look at these times, 29.96, 29.89, 30 flat, 29.7, and everybody's, that's the last time everybody right there within, heck, the last time, the top, look at this, the top 6, 7 cars, 8 cars, all within 10 thousandths of a second. I mean, that right there just tells you that it's going to be crucial on a green flag stop to have enough time to be able to get through the field. And even then, I'm going to say, I don't even know if you got enough time to get back up, because the laps will wind down.
Yeah, you almost want to be up there in the lead pack right now and hit it at the same time as everybody else and just dig it out like it's a plate track.
Yep. I would say, and I'll go ahead, if I'm in a pit strategy, let's say a guy like Curtis right now who's battling for about third place there on cabin. If I see Dustin come in, and let's say I missed the opportunity to come in on the same lap that he does, I'm coming in that next lap right after. Because the longer it stays out, the more time that's going to give to Dustin, because we know they're going to take 4 tires. You would be, and I say this, but there again, if you knew you weren't that far off pace and you had enough distance, you could take 2 tires, and then basically they would run out of time. But you're playing that the caution game. Then you're playing that there's not going to be any cautions. Well, there's a lot of scenarios that could play out.
Yeah, I like scenarios.
Let's battle here for third. Man, old Kevin blocking.
Man,
I'm gonna tell you, that's a dangerous game right there. This early. Yeah, that's a dangerous game this early right there to be blocking like that. I think it's a little too early to maybe push that kind of envelope, because Kevin or Curtis could have easily, caught the rear end of him. But let's see how much momentum it hurt there on Curtis. And as a driver, you know this. You think about that stuff later on.
Yeah, track position is key, and every driver out there, they don't want to give up that position they're in, and especially coming down to the wire like this, it's getting down to 35 to go, and green flag pit stops coming up. You want to be as close to as you can to being the leader, and you're gonna do what you gotta do to stay there, but it's a little bit risky of a block by Kevin, almost forced both of them.
And that's what I'm saying. And Curtis is going to remember that if he gets back up there as a closing lap. Okay, he blocked me once there. I'm going to be a little patient, but keep it on. I might love tap a little bit. I mean, I ain't going to wreck you, but let you know I'm back here.
Here comes some interesting plays here. We got some lap cars, and the lap cars. Ooh, that was kind of scary.
And Kevin again, I'm going to tell you what, again blocks. But this time, Kevin, when he went down, he lost all his momentum. And well, I'm going to tell you what, good play by Curtis right there. He just waited till Kevin made a mistake and then just blew right blind.
Andy scraped the wall going, and then turn number 1, Curtis did. That was a little wall scrape. And I don't think I did enough scrape damage to affect anything. It's all good. We got a couple of lap cars. One of them pulls over on the apron. You got Craig Burns being put down. Not the best place for Curtis to catch that lap car.
As long as he stays up on the top side, we good.
Yeah, that kind of slowed up Curtis a little bit. Just a hair. But we're catching these lap cars, and some of these lap cars, like you see Ezel pulling back out on track, he's going to have fresh tires. And
pit stops.
Actually, Ezel might be in the good right there for getting his lap back. As soon as these leaders go in, he may actually cycle into the lead.
And what we're seeing now is, like you just said, pit stops are happening. So I'm curious to when Dustin and them does come in. Curtis sitting right there in third, Ryan right there behind him, Kevin and company. How much longer do they stay out? I mean, it's a guessing game here, because from this point on, now you're saying, because the more you wait, the more time you're giving away on trying to catch that guy. So it's imperative that Curtis stays where he's at, Ryan stays where he's at, as close as they are, because if they start losing ground to Dustin at this point, you can see Ryan already on those new tires going around him. We can see what new tires does. But if they start losing ground to Dustin up front, then that's just even more ground. Yeah, here they come. Yep. Curtis stays out, so now I'm interested to see what Curtis, the only one staying out amongst that top three there, or top crowd, top four. So we'll see. I think Curtis needs to come in this time around, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I think Curtis kind of sealed the deal there. He has to come in this lap. If he don't, he's coming in.
Yeah.
100 mile an hour, slam on the brake.
And that I think that's what it is. Good move. He went one lap ahead. I don't know that it's really going to benefit him as far as saving as far as tires go. I mean, one lap difference there, but he had to come in, not coming in with those guys in the front there. We'll have to see Dustin on the backstretch coming off the pit stop now. As you see, Curtis is on pit lane, getting his stop underway. And if he can come, he's off on pit road now, Curtis is. So it's going to be close.
Yeah, we see Dustin, he's down in the turn one. Curtis is going to just be at the blue cone. Curtis is going to have to get up to speed here. He's going to shove a block on him.
Well, here's the thing, though. That was a good play, so here we go. That's a good play right there, because he did not really lose a lot of time and position. So that's about it, the best. That right there is probably about the best you could ask here, as close as he is to Dustin. Now, if Dustin would have been, I'm going to say, 5 seconds or so ahead, then yeah, it would be tough sailing for him to catch him. But now you got Dustin, Ryan, and Curtis all right there. Kevin is probably the one who got the worst end of that deal, as he's about 3 seconds back. So he's going to have his. We've seen anybody with that far back, it's been really tough sailing for them to try to get up front. I think Curtis really got what he needed. Now it's just a matter of, can he get around Ryan and can he catch Dustin?
Yeah, these three are going to be the three to watch here as we get down to the closing laps. About 25 to go this time by.
Well, look at Curtis, man. Wow.
Pushing Ryan. He was pushing Ryan coming out of turn number 4. Got him a little loose. That might be a little dangerous. You don't want to wreck the guy and bring out a caution on your own.
No, you don't, because a caution is just playing. I think these top three guys, that would be the worst thing you want to see here. They've kind of made their awesome pit stop. There's obviously no more tire sets. I think a caution at this point is something they don't want to see. You see Curtis on the top side there, Ryan, see if we can't get it. And the lap car is going to play a little factor. And Curtis, good move there. Drop back in line. Let the tires cool down a little bit. Just kind of ride for the moment. I'll say that. Then he's going to try it again, but kind of ride for the moment.
Yeah, as we're seeing, we're going to have some lap cars play some factors here, as these leaders are pretty well within lap car range. And you catch one at a bad spot or two at a bad spot, that could shuffle some things around, and we could easily see these top three flip.
You can see right now what I'm watching here. Ryan is protecting that inside lane, yeah, so much. Yeah, he got it around him. He made it around him right there, but I was watching Ryan right there. He was protecting that inside lane so much that he was making a little bit of mistakes. But I'm going to tell you what, here we go. Curtis Preston, well, he's all over Dustin. We've not seen anybody all night long be able to battle Dustin until now.
Yeah, this is the first time Dustin has really been under pressure, and we've seen Curtis dominate early on. Curtis, once again, shoving him down the backstretch. He got Dustin a little loose coming out of turn number 2.
And what he's going to do with that shove, and I tell you what, the best textbook way, and you can see him protecting that inside lane because that's the way around here. And right there's what I'm saying. You protect too much, and then what happened? I knew it was going to happen. Yep, I knew it was going to happen. He was going to block too much, and he's going to have too much of a run and going to catch the rear, and he sent him sailing. And I gotta say, well, one looks like just racing right there between the two, but way too early for them to be blocking. And you play games like that, sometimes the consequences comes out. Let's go back on the replay and watch it again. We watched it live right there, but you can see them blocking down the bad stretch, and then they just wrong place to block in the tri-oval anyways. I mean, that place is treacherous to begin with, even trying to run single file. But you can see right there, he went low, Curtis had a run, and then you just saw, I mean, Dustin kept going down. I mean, he was almost into the grass, and Curtis had that run. Boom. Caught him.
Yeah, like I said, you don't want to cause your own caution there. And I'm not quite sure on the rule book here, but...
Oh, no.
If you're the cause of the caution, which Curtis kind of blatantly is there...
Yeah, it's all a matter of how they look at it. I don't know how they looked at it. They look at it as the fact of, like you just said, Dustin came down, Curtis was there, Curtis got in the back of him. To me, it looked like a racing incident. Two guys taking up the same real estate at the same time. That's what I always say. I always leave all that other technicality stuff to the admins and all whatnot. But I will say that these guys have been playing very aggressive, and I get it. You want to maintain. Especially a track like this, where the inside lane has been the better lane. What's up, Jacob? How you doing? Has been the better lane all night long, and that's definitely where, Ryan has wanted to go with the car.
Yeah, and we see the admins giving Curtis the EOL.
Yeah, I mean, again, we can sit up here and debate on that all night long. Obviously, that's their call. What we see, what they see is two different things, folks. Obviously, what we see might be a heck of a lot different. To me, I see it as a racing deal. Obviously, Dustin did come down. You saw him come down. But it was a lot of blocking going on between all those drivers. And I call it a racing incident. But unfortunately, what this does is you pretty much just kills Curtis' chance of winning the race. There's no way he's winning the race at this point. To get back up through the field.
There's 22 cars on the lap.
And again, admins run all that. We see it up here, we see it there. Drivers have to sometimes take in the responsibility of their own actions, so to speak. They do it in real life all the time. You see a driver out there, you throw a block, the consequences that might happen. And obviously Dustin threw a block. I mean, he might say he didn't, but we saw him come down from the angle we saw there. And then obviously, we saw Curtis, he just had a run, and just two cars met at the same time, same place, and unfortunately, one went around.
And real fortunate for Kevin Ruff. Kevin got a caution.
Yes, he did. Yeah, I mean, so it worked out really well for Ryan and Kevin, because remember, Kevin was way off the pace. I mean, wasn't even going to be able to get up there. And now he's got a shot to win this thing. You got Kevin, Nathan, and all those guys up there. So, whole new field of guys have a shot at this race now.
Don't count out Brock Potter. He's all the way up to 7th. Again, Brock Potter, he was involved in early incident. Nolan Potter out there. He's made his way up to top 10.
All right.
And Mr. Daniel Gonzalez. He has been impressive tonight.
Yes, he has. He's got a shot.
He's got a good shot. If these guys run over each other, he's got a pretty
hey, don't count it out. I mean, we've seen it up there. Remember Cabin earlier? He was throwing blocks left and right there on Dustin. and eventually just made a mistake. Dustin almost got into, Curtis almost got in the back of Cabin earlier because Cabin was running very aggressive. So this thing ain't over with yet.
It's all about who has saved their tires. Most of these guys, they all pitted around 110 in area. Got about 13 or so, more or less, laps on our tires. Who saved their tires the best within those 13 laps? And that's who's going to get it.
Oh, you got it. Here we go. It's said here, but the green flag's going to fly, and we got less than 20 to go here. Running our Ore Central caution here tonight. Definitely been a very good race so far.
This definitely has been pretty good races. Mr. Todd Bedine in that pace car has shut the lights off, and here goes Ryan Bean playing a little bit of trickery on the restart game. And he will fire. He's going a real good jump in that start.
Gonna bring Kevin with him too, and I tell you, Kevin just did not get the start he wanted, but doesn't mean he won't be able to get back up there. You got Zach behind them. That's what the old Ryan wants to see, them battle a little bit back there, and Zach, tapped him. They were able to hold on to it. Wow, what a save again. But that hurt Kevin a lot. Seeing there again, it goes back to that last caution we just had. Unfortunately, it ended up a little worse on that one, but guys are just getting out there trying to block a little bit. They're moving down, and hey, I'm all for aggressive racing and all, but you got to know the consequences that's involved with doing it.
Yeah.
And look who's up in fourth place, man. In third, Daniel Gonzalez and Brock Potter. 2 cars, man. It was that are just not. Where'd they come from? They're just there.
And they want to see what's happening right in front of them. You got Kevin G battling with Ryan Bean. They're going to go door to door throughout this fire facility, and that's what they want to see. They want to see that happen right in front of their windshield, because that means they're going to be able to catch them even quicker. And when they get to them, it's going to be game on.
Yeah, they're trying. Daniel's back there in third. Old Brock sitting right there behind him. Brock got caught up in a wreck earlier on. You've got Nathan Campbell there in fifth, but up front, still Ryan Bean trying to hold off old Kevin, who was trying everything he can to get around him. And what to see, his laps are winding down. Boy, look at Kevin.
He bumped him going down turn number 1.
Daniel's closing in.
Here comes Daniel. He's got big momentum. He may have been saving the tires.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. This whole race has changed the complexion of it real quick here. Daniel Gonzalez is battling for second right now.
Yeah, he's made it up to the back bumper of Mr. Kevin there. If he can get around Kevin, get in the draft to Ryan Bean, we may see Daniel compete for a win here tonight.
Well, so you got Brock on the outside. Here comes Nathan on the inside. Brock will unfortunately get shoved up high there. Right now, still Kevin. We've seen it still hard to pass here. Remember, all these guys are on a little bit older tires, and that's not what you want to see. Old Kevin blinking a little bit in front of you.
No, you do not want to do that. Now, interesting enough, Daniel Gonzalez, he's one of the guys on the bubble for the playoffs.
Okay.
If you think you're in the playoffs, if like a Ryan Bean here wins, that would knock Daniel out of the playoffs. Or if let me throw something up here real quick, because we got a guy on the move, Travis, up to fourth, and let me let you in on something here. He pitted at lap 120, and it said a 15-second pit stop, so that means he put 4 tires on. He's on the newer set of tires than everybody else, and you can see it. And man, right there, again, Daniel Gonzalez playing a dangerous game. But Travis right now on newer set of tires, I think he's the man to watch here. Yeah, I think he's got enough time, plenty of time, 9 laps to go. Travis Everett with the good call on saving a tire set, and this may be a good race for the lead here. So he's going to get on the inside of second place of Kevin. down the backstretch and going in turn 3, just may well clear him. He is. He's going to clear Kevin.
And I'm going to tell you what, GT also a lap 120 with a 4-tire stop. He's coming through the field here. So these guys are just happened to look. Travis going for the lead right now on a newer set of tires. I mean, talk about a pit strategy in a turn, but GT definitely has enough time to get up there too.
Yeah, GT can get by. He's battling Bob Fitzpatrick right now, and if he can get by Kevin and Ryan cleanly, then he can get up there and battle with Travis. He's got plenty of time too. He's got 7 laps to do it.
Yeah, right now Travis with a pit strategy late in the game here with a 4-tire stop along with GT Isri. And then right behind them, too, you've also got at lap 115 and 115 4-tire Bob Fitzpatrick, Randy Cornwell, another lap 120, Daniel Edwards. So you're seeing these guys with these 4 new fresh tires are storming to the front. We didn't even see this one coming, but late in the game. Now, I don't know if GT's got enough to run down Travis, but what a move to get up there into the top 3.
Yeah, real big call. And that helps. This will actually kind of help Daniel being on the bubble of the playoffs, since Travis is already locked in and GT is already locked in. He wants one of these 2 to win. He don't want Ryan to win. He don't want guys that don't have a win already to win.
Yeah, and I think right now Ryan is just pretty much in defensive mode. Now, one thing he's got to watch out for is don't get up there and block too much. We've seen what happened early on. But right now, just trying to hold off GT, and you can see right there, block. I really am not agreeing with the blocking this late, because here's the thing. If you block me, then that's fair game of if I get into you, well, hey, I get into you. But earlier on, we already seen the admins made the call of, well, hey, look, if you hit them, it's on you. But I'm going to say it again. If you're going to play blocking, got to know that consequences, you know?
There we go. GT got to the inside of Ryan.
He does.
He's got 3 laps to try to catch up to Travis. If we look, Travis is ran a 29.83, and we'll see what GT ran. He's going to run a 30.1.
1,000th of a second that last time. Actually, a couple of thousand. Well, he had to pass what's the day in that time, so I slowed him down just a little bit. Wow. What a race this has turned out to be here. Pit strategy has played a huge factor here at the end.
Yeah, it has. Oh, I didn't even realize anybody still had a set of tires.
I didn't either, and then I just looked and I saw Travis. I looked at his pit stop and I looked at what he did, and I'm going, wait a minute, here he's coming through the field. He's got time. Now, obviously, that caution, played a huge factor for those guys to be able to get up there. If it wasn't for that caution, definitely been a whole different scenario. But right now, it's definitely changed here as we're coming around for the final laps.
Here to go this time by Travis Everett, hanging out front. GT, he's trying to get a draft and to reel him in. Travis ran a 30.1, GT ran a 30.2. That ain't
they're about even. They're about even, and that's the thing at this track here. And you can see right there Ryan trying to block. He runs him all the way down, but just those new tires are too much for him. Ryan's going to fall out of the top 3, and and there he tried to shut the door.
Caution.
Yep, caution out.
Green, white, checkered. We are going overtime racing.
And I'm going to tell you, we watched it right there live. Here's the thing, Corey. Man, I tell you, again, blocking amongst drivers caused another big one there. And I don't know. Now, here I gotta say this. Travis needs the start of his life because GT's going to be there, and David, he wants to see David get up there and battle with GT for at least a lap to keep him off of him.
Don't look now, but look at his in fourth.
Curtis. Wow.
Curtis is back up in the game.
And the thing is, he pitted at lap 120 with the 4 tires also. So, what's up, John? How you doing? I don't know that Curtis is going to be able to get up there unless just something drastic happens to win it, but he might be able to pull off a top 3 here. It's going to be interesting because obviously, you know, green, white, checkered, we're going to have, what, 2 laps here at this place.
And we've seen the blocking all night long. If you're going to
Yeah.
block, this is about the time to do it.
And here's and I'm all with the green, white, checkered. Everything's out the door. You block me, it's fair game for me to move you. I don't want to wreck you, but hey, if I bump you in the back and you run me all the way down the track, yeah, had it come. I mean,
Neil Senior said, "I didn't mean to wreck them. I just wanted to rattle his cage."
yeah. I mean, obviously, if I get my fender on the inside of you and you come all the way down, and we've seen that earlier, then yeah, there's going to be contact. And there's just not a lot you can do at that point. So you got to be aware of if you're going to block, you better make the block early enough to complete it. Whew, I don't know. This one's going to be interesting because we have got some very, very fast drivers. Travis, GT, David, Kevin, Curtis. I don't count out old Daniel. He's had a good run all night too there, but some very fast top 5 guys that it's all going to depend on this restart.
It will depend on big amount on the restart. And I'm sure Travis has his mind is going 100 mile an hour right now.
It is. He probably didn't want to see this caution. That's the worst thing. He would have loved to have seen it going to the white flag there because now he knows I got to have the start of my life, which he does control the field, and that's a good thing. GT's there. He's definitely going to want to see Curtis, Kevin, and maybe David back there get on the back end. He wants to see all those guys just racing and him just walk away.
Yeah, he's gonna want Kevin to be pushing him like crazy to help him get a good restart as well. It's all about who you have to push and who's pushing, how much you save tires, who saved the tires there most. And honestly, I think, I don't know how Curtis has been racing, but he may have been saving some tires and just got luck of the draw there a little bit.
Yep. Travis up front, GT there in second. David sitting in third, Kevin up in the fourth, and Curtis hanging on to fifth. All right. I'll tell you what, folks, green, white, checkered here. Hang on to it. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, the leader does get line choice, I do believe.
He's going to go to the high side, too. Which, I mean, really, I don't think it really matters at this point in which lane he takes because he's going to get out front as he gets that advantage.
Spin his tires.
Yeah. You're right. As long as you don't spin them. But because at this point, everybody behind him is about even, too. So it really doesn't matter who he puts behind him or low or anything like that because all these guys are about dead even up top. And that's another thing. I think the top 4 or 5 guys, time-wise, we've seen are pretty much dead even. So it's going to be who makes the mistake first, I think.
Here's the thing. Travis and Kevin are teammates.
Okay.
He wants the outside lane to have a teammate right behind him on this restart to get a shove. That may have played a factor in him.
Well, no, because Kevin is down low.
Kevin is up top.
Yeah, Kevin's up. Oh, my bad. I'm looking at David. My bad.
There we go. His
All
car
right.
is in.
Whew, see what we got.
Out the window. He's telling him push, push, push. There he goes, Travis, with the good restart that he needs. Maybe not as good as he wanted, but still pretty good.
And I tell you what he didn't want to see, though, is GT clearing that car in second. And here comes David on the inside. You got Curtis back there. David's going to go around Kevin. So here comes GT. Now catching and passing, we've seen all night long. That's two different things. Here comes Curtis. Boy, he's on a roll.
And we're going to get the white flag here. Next flag will end it.
That's it. White flag. Sheffield Graphics white flag, that is. One more time around. These guys are going to close it up down the back stretch. Going to have to get a little closer than that. It's the battle's on for third, though. Curtis runs it up the track.
Ooh, big wreck in the back stretch.
Yeah, he's able to hang on to it. Final time, final turn, and I think GT's not going to have enough. Travis is going to pull it off.
He may do it. He ain't going to have enough. He's going to be right there on the back bumper. GT just needed one final lap to get her done.
Yep.
Travis will pull it off for the win, and Mr. David Edwards bringing him third. Curtis, comeback.
What a run.
Campbell up in fifth.
Yeah,
Good
what a
run
run.
by Daniel Gonzalez to hold on to sixth.
Well, what a race there to the end. I love that one. That was a good finish by all these guys. And whew, what a way to end it. Can't get a few of these guys up here and get a word with them, because that was, like you just said, awesome run there by that man Travis. What a pit stop. What a strategy call by him. Can't find these guys now.
For David Edwards. He unmutes himself here. There he is.
Got GT for Travis.
There we go.
Got Travis. All right. Well, let's bring down David Edwards here. Let's get a word with him.
Hey there, David, you got a copy on me?
10-4, I got you.
Well, you brought her in top three, so you're up here in the booth, and how was your race?
I can't complain. Started towards the back and just played some strategy there and just did what I had to cut. I needed good points tonight to make sure we can get in on points. I'm not expecting a win, but, you know, just doing what I can to get in on points.
Yeah, points are going to matter, as next week is final race for regular season, and you did pull off a pretty good strategy, maximize as much points as you could get, and made the right call there towards the end.
Wish I'd have been stage racing a little bit better, but we'll take a third place.
Yeah. You got anybody you thank for that tonight?
Thank everybody over at SJR Racing, Michael, Curtis, Matt, GT, putting in the work, just practicing week in, week out. My wife for letting me do this on Tuesday nights, watching the kids. So just can't thank everybody enough for letting me do this, and hopefully we can put her in the playoffs next week.
So, man, and it's always fun to watch you and all your SJR teammates run out there.
And can't thank you guys enough for broadcasting this to give everybody, all the friends and family, something to watch on Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, right there, man, David Edwards, outstanding run, bringing home in third. Well, this guy here, GT, tried to get up there and pull it off. Let's bring him down. Let's get a word with him.
Hey there, GT. You got a copy on me?
Yeah, 10-4, guys. How's it going?
Well, very close. One more lap, and I think you could have had him.
I think we were destined to finish in second. I know Travis very well. I mean, him and I are really good friends, and, you know, we're actually teammates in a different league, and, you know, so I know how he runs, and it was just, yeah. Well, we were going to finish second, but, hey, I mean, you really can't complain about finishing second, all right?
Yeah, I mean, second place is always a good spot to finish. Maximize some points out there. Try to get yourself higher up in the regular season standings, as after next week we go into playoffs.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Appreciate them guys, letting me join a little bit later in the league here. It's certainly some fun racing, some hard racing. RSR is running the ship, in the right direction here, which is a good deal. So I really do appreciate it, man.
Yeah, and you got anybody to thank tonight?
You guys are coming out. Thank my team over there at Slide Job Racing, which without them, they help us get to the finish. Well, they help me get to the finish because when it comes to trying to do calculations on fuel and all that kind of stuff, you can hang it up, man. So Michael, Curtis, and David, and Matt, and they do very good over there coaching me along. I just drive the damn things, all I do. But the Bushlight Apple Mustang was quick beginning and rolling from there. And I want to say our prayers and thoughts are going to be out for Daniel. Hope everything goes well, and the best that it could. And outside of that, appreciate you guys.
There you go, folks. Mr. GT finishing second.
Yeah, and almost pulled it off there. GT did tonight. Man, a good run by him. But this guy, an outstanding pit strategy here. Travis pulling this win off. Travis, Joy the booth, got a copy?
Yes, sir. We got you.
Well, I tell you what, Travis, I did not see it coming, but I tell you, that last caution there, and you pitted at lap 120. And the next thing I know, I look up, here you're coming through the field, just full bore. And what a pit strategy there. Did you think that it was going to all fall in a place like that?
Thought if I could keep the fenders on it, they probably had a pretty good shot. They played the tire game most of the race, kind of laid back there, and all the cars seemed to fall right there at the end.
Yeah, that one caution, and like you said, we didn't see it. It just out of nowhere on us here. Next thing I know, I said, wait a minute, just look up. Here comes Travis through the field. Now, was you a little worried with GT and them coming up, and was you worried with that last caution that flew?
Oh yeah, anytime you got GT behind you, a little bit worried. But me and him buddies, I felt like we probably have a pretty clean run there, and ended up choosing the outside line there on the end. Had Kevin, my teammate, behind me there, and was hoping maybe that would give him a little boost there. If he could see me go first, maybe he could follow the line a little bit there.
Hey, no doubt. You always got to play that team game. Absolutely. Well, you had an outstanding car, right pit strategy to bring it home here tonight for the RSR Racing League. Got anybody out there you want to thank for the win?
I just want to thank RSR for putting this on, Ryan and Scott and or Nissan out of Oklahoma down there, and Sheffield Graphics. Nice to put one of his paints in Victory Lane. He done this car for me, and glad to put it in Victory Lane for him.
There you go. Well, I tell you what, good looking machine there, and a good run for you tonight. Like you said, all the sponsors. Again there, Travis, congratulations on the win tonight.
I appreciate it. One more shout out there. Just want to give y'all a shout out for broadcasting this thing for us. We really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I tell you, y'all bring some exciting racing. It was awesome to watch here at Texas. Well, I tell you what, right there, Corey, man, we always say big things, everything's big in Texas. That was a huge time, big time pit strategy call by Travis and all those guys. And it was exciting there at the end.
Joe, that was turn the tables and flip the whole field around, and never seen it coming here in the Lone Star State. As we move on to Richmond next week for some short track action.
Yes, we do. So it's going to be interesting there. It's like you just said, short track action, Richmond style here. Man, just it was awesome to watch these guys, Travis and all them, just come through the field, storming their way up there. GT almost pulling it off. The guys having a rough night tonight, though. I mean, Dustin, obviously there later on got caught up in a mix. Curtis was able to bounce back from that. But I tell you, what a wild one here. Is we're going to leave tonight here at Texas. Hope everybody enjoyed it. Myself and everybody at RSR, everyone, have a good night.